Do not share. Do not share your audio diary. I probably won't. Who was the aunt he was on the phone with when you were getting kicked out? Good question. His mother was actually a twin. Twins run in the family, and so it was it wasn't a real aunt because she was on speakerphone, and it was his mother's twin sister up in Philly. What was the time period between his relationship with the ex-wife and me was almost about 2 years, but in between was an ex-girlfriend who lived in Douglasville. Are you afraid of retaliation from him? I wouldn't. It's not so much retaliation, but it has crossed my mind, which is why I say what I said about the creator that released his identity. I have not spoken with his twin. Yes, his mother was a twin, and then he is a twin. Twins run in the family. There were two. So I saw someone that said what about the aunt who was the best friend? The aunt who was on the phone the day he got kicked out, who said, "Nephew, come up here, I'll send you money," is the mother's twin sister. The aunt who called me and said, "What about the baby?" That's the mother's best friend in Augusta. That's the one that the older brother said, "She ain't our aunt. I don't trust that hoe." That's the Augusta aunt. Just wanted to clarify. Do you see that you both didn't love each other? Yes. And for the record, once I came to that conclusion, that was an ugly Oprah cry day. Hence why I cried so bad when I got my... someone had asked, why did you break down when you got your divorce decree? Number one, it was because I felt like this didn't even have to go like this. It did not have to end like this. And then number two, there was so much weight and heaviness that I was carrying. And it just seemed like in that moment, exhale. But I did feel like, Jesus, we didn't have to do all this. I believe the age difference, Lord Jesus. I know my family's probably laughing at me because they're like, "Oh, girl, you doing math in your head." I believe it was 7 or 8 years. Did you ever reach out to the first wife? No, I didn't. I didn't find her. Crazy, he tried to have a fake sister take you to the hospital. So of all the things that happened, what happened with let me be specific. What happened with the DNC procedure is probably the one thing I struggle with forgiving him the most. Forget the houses, forget the cars, forget the London trip. The DNC is the part that, of all the things, that's a struggle. So anything having to do with him having someone else take me to the hospital and him not showing up on time, all because it was a lie. That's all I can say about that. Okay, so can you mention that someone with the same... Oh, man. Can you mention someone with the same name and it disappeared? I'm late, but what did he have that made him lose weight? Were we close in age? No. 5-Star Hudson, what is that? Is that a phone number? I'm just trying to figure out what that is. Okay, so if you just came in or if you've been here and you're like, hey, I'm late and you're just kind of joining in and you have a lot of questions, here's what I would ask. And if I need to make a video, I can. But if you could just find the time to watch the playlist in order, take your time and do it. Write down whatever questions you have. If you still have questions by the time you're finished with part 50, yes, I know it's 50 parts, but it might